Hello, it's Nicolette, and today I'm going to share what I think are the 5 best French films on Netflix right now. On this list, I've got comedy, drama, animation, romance, and documentary. I did make a part 1 to this video, but a lot of you have been requesting a part 2, so if you've already seen those films, here are 5 more to add to your Netflix watch list. First up on this list is a film I cannot believe I have not mentioned on this channel before, because let me tell you, it is a gem of French cinema. It has a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it is officially part of the Criterion Collection, aka Film Buff approved, La Haine. La Haine takes place over the course of 24 hours in a suburb of Paris and follows 3 young men the day after a riot in which one of their friends was taken into police custody and beaten to the point of hospitalization. During the riots, a police officer lost his handgun and one of the men finds it, vowing to kill a cop if their friend dies as a result of the beating.
Il est mortel en vérité, putain.
Et alors, qu'est-ce que tu vas en faire?
Vas-y, on verra s'il y a des l'humeur.
This film was released in 1995, but it still remains an incredible exploration of racism, class conflict, toxic masculinity, police brutality, and really, at its core, the destructive power of hate. The powerful and well-written story is aided by really talented actors, a great soundtrack, and incredible cinematography. I saw this years ago, but there are shots and scenes that have stuck with me and I still think about to this day. It's just one of those films where everything comes together seamlessly and makes for a powerhouse of a movie. So if you haven't seen La Haine, definitely add this to the top of your queue. This next film is pretty different from the last one. Basically, if you just want a fun, uplifting comedy with a little side of romance, a little side of adventure, this is the one for you. The Climb. The Climb is based on a true story and follows a 26-year-old Senegalese French man who decides to climb Mount Everest without any training to prove his love to a woman.
Bah oui, tu montrais l'Everest. Deal.
Deal de merde.
This was just one of those movies that makes you feel happy to be alive and motivates you to go do something you never thought possible, whether that's climbing a literal mountain or a metaphorical one. It's really just a wholesome film with a lot of funny moments, unexpected friendships, and you're definitely rooting for the protagonist every step of the way, along with all of his friends and family back home. So if you're looking for a movie to put you in a good mood, to inspire you to tackle something big in your life, this is the movie. Next up is a film that I absolutely love. If you know me, you know I am a huge fan of Michel Gondry. He directed Eternal Sunshine, Be Kind Rewind, The Science of Sleep, and Mood Indigo. Mood Indigo is a fantastical, romantic film based on the French novel L'écume des jours. It follows a man searching for a cure for his lover after she's diagnosed with an illness causing flowers to grow in her lungs. This is such a unique film. It's so magical and surreal in this really dreamlike way. It has beautiful, inventive production design and cinematography. Visually, it's just stunning. But then you also have an incredible cast. I mean, Romain Duris, Omar Sy, Audrey Tautou. You can't go wrong there. The story is really touching, and the film just completely transports you to another world. It's an especially good pick if you enjoy movies with magical realism, if you liked Amélie or The Science of Sleep, anything like that. I highly recommend this movie. Up next is an animated period drama called Funan. This award-winning animated film follows a Cambodian woman in 1975 during the Khmer Rouge Revolution as she searches for her child who was forcibly separated from her. This film is a powerful, honestly heartbreaking look at the tragedies of this time in Cambodia. And it does it in such a personal way by following one woman's story that you're able to learn about this tragedy while emotionally connecting with this character and seeing it through her eyes. The protagonist is interned in a work camp, and despite the brutal conditions, she remains ready to do anything to reunite with her son. The characters are voiced by some pretty big-name French actors, including Louis Garrel and Bérénice Bejo. Obviously, due to the subject matter, this is not a uplifting, happy, light film. This is a really serious, emotional story, but it's a really important one, and it is so well done. I highly recommend this film. It won a lot of awards, and rightfully so. So definitely add this to your queue. Last, but definitely not least, I wanted to include a documentary on this list. In my video about feel-good French films, I talked about the documentary Faces Places, which I think is also on Netflix. But for this one, I wanted to include another Agnes Varda related documentary, and this one is The Beaches of Agnes. Agnes Varda was a highly influential director and part of the French New Wave. She made films such as Cleo from 5 to 7, Le Bonheur, and so many more. But even if you're not familiar with Varda's work, honestly, just watching her as a creator and as a person is so inspiring. In this documentary, she talks about her life and her career, her childhood, but it's in her voice, her words. You're seeing everything through her lens.
Je joue le rôle d'une petite vieille qui raconte sa vie.
She visits places from her childhood and her life, and it's really a moving, poetic meditation on memory and nostalgia and how your past experiences shape you. If you haven't already, this film will definitely make you fall in love with Agnes Varda. She was such an incredible person, such an influential filmmaker, and it's just such a treat to watch her. Definitely add this one to your list. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've seen any of these movies or you end up watching them, please let me know in the comments what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts. Also, if you have other recommendations of French films that are on Netflix, put them in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want more French movie recommendations. And turn on that bell notification so you're one of the first people to know whenever I post a new video. All right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Au revoir.